Welcome to Ask the Tech Coach, brought to you by the TeacherCast Educational Network. If you are in charge of professional development and looking to build an innovative digital learning experience, this is the podcast for you. Join us each week as we uncover strategies that tech coaches are using to drive their digital transformations one classroom at a time. And now for your host, with over 2 decades of experience working with tech coaches and ed tech companies from all around the world, Jeff Bradbury.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the TeacherCast Educational Network. My name is Jeff Bradbury. Thank you so much for joining us today and making TeacherCast your home for professional development. This is an Ask the Tech Coach podcast bonus show. Today, we have a fantastic guest on today, a returning guest to the TeacherCast Educational Network from our friends at the Lego Education Company. And today, she's going to talk about a recent announcement and a partnership between Lego and NASA. And today we're going to go through all of the great things that you and your students can do in the world of STEM education using Lego Brick. I am excited to have her back on the show. Every time she comes on the show, it is amazing, and I'm looking forward to sharing this interview with her. Hope you guys are having a great week. Of course, as the weather is getting colder, it is time for us to warm up as coaches. We've been busy here in my school doing some great things with weather problems, and we've been doing lessons all about geography, and we've been doing a lot of Google My Maps. If you are a coach out there, I want to know what you guys are doing. You can, of course, find us on the show each and every week at Ask the Tech Coach, and you can always find us on Twitter at Ask the Tech Coach as well. Don't forget to head on over to AskTheTechCoach.com and check out our free membership site. Our TeacherCast Tech Coaches Network is going strong. We are over 350 instructional coaches of all kinds. Doesn't necessarily have to be technology. And we would love to have you guys check that out and join our membership group. Each and every week, we show questions. We throw issues out there. We've got problems. We do webinars. We are here to support you guys. And if you have any questions about how to be effective in your coaching position, it is the best professional development out there. Yeah, in my opinion. Hope you guys have a chance to check that out over at AskTheTechCoach.com. My guest today serves as the head of education on the impact team for Lego Education in the U.S., where she provides direction and leadership in delivering meaningful educational opportunities to students. She has been a member of our TeacherCast podcasting team for a lot of times, and I'm so happy to have her back. I want to bring onto the show Dr. Jenny Nash. Jenny, how are you today? Welcome to TeacherCast.
Oh, I'm so excited to get to come back and share with everybody. Doing really well and have some exciting things to talk about.
I am so thrilled to have you here. We are going to talk about a brand new announcement that just happened last week between Lego Education and a certain aeronautics company that we all know and love. But before we get to the big news, how are you? What is new with Lego Education? The last time we spoke with you guys, we were supporting a brand new thing called Spike Essential. What is up with the Lego company and Lego Education these days?
Jeff, there's so many exciting things happening to get to share. We have launched our Lego learning system, and we are in districts really seeing that come to life in amazing ways. Students are having that opportunity to have connected learning across different grades and different areas such as science and math. We're really seeing that integration happening with our Lego Education Spike Essential, with our Brick Q Motion, with our Spike Prime, and it's just been an amazing time period now that this is out in schools to see how that's happening. We're seeing teachers learning, getting on our Lego Education professional development platform and taking that learning into their own hands, helping them develop learning plans and pathways to get to micro-credentials that they want to earn. So I think it's an exciting time as all that's happening. And we're just, the student outcomes, that's the amazing part, seeing what our students are able to do because of the learning and the series that we'll talk about. I think we see that happening. It's just really exciting to know that we have this opportunity to really impact our students.
And we're starting to see that too. The more that we get a chance to talk to different school districts and meet with other coaches and seeing what's happening in the classrooms as our students are getting vaccinated, as they're allowed to get closer together, teachers are out there creating amazing things in their classrooms. They're doing more project-based learning. And you mentioned an amazing term, which is really what we're here to talk about today, which is integrations. Lego Education recently announced an integration between the Lego Education team and Well, you know what, Jenny? I'll let you make the announcement. Who are you partnering with, and why is this so awesome?
It's so awesome because having the synergy between Lego Education and NASA is just an incredible partnership. You've got two organizations that are focused on ensuring students have amazing STEAM learning opportunities, that know the importance of having that knowledge and skills that are going to push our students into the future. And together, we've really been able to come and think, wow, what are the opportunities to expose our students to great STEAM learning and also the future workforce that's out there for them? So we've been able to come together and create the Build to Launch series, an amazing series that's going to engage students in hands-on learning where they're actually solving the same problems that NASA faces today. And what's so cool about the opportunity is it's all wrapped around the Artemis 1 mission. So it's relevant and it's happening today for our students, and it is exposing them to exactly the challenges that NASA faces and also the people that are involved in preparing for that launch that's coming up and all of the things that they have to do before the rockets can actually go up. So it's been just a really neat opportunity for us to get creative, to think about how we nurture students' ideas and get them using that knowledge and skills in a way that they might otherwise not get to do.
I love this concept, right? And I was excited when the news broke on November 8th. And let's just kind of frame this out for everybody here. It is a 10-week STEAM learning series. And what exactly do you see students doing with this? What are the teachers going to be able to use in their classrooms? And how does the teacher get started with this amazing opportunity?
Well, it's a really unique opportunity from the vantage point of we're immersing students in this, not only Artemis 1 mission and what's happening, but this opportunity to be kind of boots on the ground helping solve problems. So they are watching this series. So every week in that 10-week series, there's an episode that launches on YouTube, freely available for anyone to take and watch in their classrooms. And they're joining the Lego space team. So they're joining the minifigures that's immersing them in this great program, but also the real work that's happening. So they're learning with the minifigures, but also they're going to learn from real NASA folks that are engineers and flight directors. They're doing these jobs that are involved with preparing for the mission and also learning their own tasks as they take on problems to solve. So in every episode, they're going to be involved in different, exposed to different people and different ideas. They're going to be given missions and their own challenges to go off and create their own solutions to. And it's really just a really immersive environment where they're able to then even share back their ideas, showcase what they created, ask their questions, and have both the Lego team and the NASA team answer those questions in future episodes. So it's a really great learning opportunity altogether.
What grade levels would this be for? I mean, I'm listening to this going, is this something that my 8-year-olds can do? Is this something that's going to be more high school driven?
No, absolutely. You know, we kind of designed it with, we thought about our upper elementary and our middle school students and kind of hit that as a little bit of the sweet spot as we were designing it. But then we made sure that we included a lot of resources for teachers so that they could scaffold it up or down. So making suggestions that if you wanted a first or second grader to do it, here's a really great way to still get them immersed in the learning experience. If you wanted to take it into high school, don't worry, we've got some really great ideas to push that learning further. And I think what's so amazing about the series is not just the immersive environment for students, but the teacher resources that we also created. So we had a very intentional flexibility when we thought about designing this series to ensure that teachers could bring it into their classroom in their own ways. So if you want to engage with it every week as episodes are coming out, that's fantastic. And we've got a nice schedule there that you might follow. If not, and you need to engage in it in a different way, don't worry, we've kind of made those suggestions as well. There's a full teacher resource guide that's on our website, so we can share that link, I'm sure, but legoeducation.com, where anyone can go and join this series and find all the rich resources. There's student-facing materials. There's an awesome design engineering notebook for our students to use. So just a lot of really great resources that teachers can bring into the classroom to make sure that the learning can continue to happen. And again, those ideas for making sure that no matter what stage of learning a student's at, they can find success with it and have the right resources to support them.
Well, I got to say, first of all, the minifigures are so cute and adorable. And I love them in their little space suits and especially their smiles on everything. It just shows that they are ready to go, as I know our students are ready to go. Talk to us a little bit about the financials behind this. What does a school district need to do to get started with this? Is there a monetary component? How does all that work? And I think the second question on that is, who should be connecting the classroom with Lego education? Is that something a teacher can do, or does that have to get done through a district or a building? How does this whole thing get started?
I think what teachers really need to bring this learning series into their classroom is have excitement and a curiosity for this type of learning for their students. So we really have tried again to make it very flexible so that you don't have to have a set of certain materials. Would we love you to use Lego bricks? Absolutely. Do we have Lego education sets that can help you? Sure. But if you don't have those materials and don't have the ability to bring those materials into the classroom, this learning series is still for your classroom and for your students. It is about exposing them to STEAM practices and skills. It's about allowing them to take on challenges and build their perseverance and their confidence really in problem solving. And so any materials that are available can be used to help create. And again, we've given those prompts and ideas no matter what materials you have. We've also thought about, if you are interested in more learning like this, how can we help you extend it into other places? And that might be, again, coming into our Lego education community and getting ideas from other educators about what they're doing to extend the learning. So again, while we want to make sure that teachers have hands-on manipulatives in students' hands, it really can be any type of manipulative for this classroom. So we really just encourage everybody to have that curiosity, see what's available through the Build to Launch series, to think about how it can empower and help rethink learning in classrooms. And that's really all teachers need, is that excitement and curiosity.
You know, if you look at the history of Lego, if you look at the history of where the Lego brick has gone, it has always had a connection to space. It has always had a connection to helping kids look above themselves, look at their stars. Why is this partnership between Lego education and NASA so important?
You know, it's so exciting when we think about the unknown, when we think about, what excites students and is meaningful learning to them. And I think that's one of the things for me that's so exciting. In working with NASA, we know that there's meaningful learning that can happen. There's a curiosity innate in all of us to want to know what else is happening out there. And so it just helps that kind of build that curiosity and that want to try ideas and see what happens. I think it's also amazing when you think about folks at NASA and their openness to talk about, this is what I do in my career, and this is where I've found success, and maybe this is where I've had a failure, and this is how I've learned. We want to build that in our students too, right? That helps build that confidence. But one of the most unique things I think in this learning series that I was so excited about is their ability to highlight so many careers that are happening at NASA that aren't just, the astronauts that get to go up into space. There's so much that happens. There's thousands of people that are doing amazing work before that rocket ever takes off. And so just really always want to bring it back to that ability to expose students to, hey, this could be a career that I'm interested in. Oh, I didn't really know what an engineer did. Now I understand there's multiple things happening there. Oh, I really enjoyed these types of skills and this type of knowledge in school. I don't really know what to do with it. And we've given them that opportunity to make those connections and see that. And again, it's through a great learning series that just piques their curiosity and thinking. And in the end, hopefully that really drives them to want to do more, investigate more, see what else is an opportunity out there.
Jenny, I got to tell you, these minifigures are amazing looking. I love the colors. I love that they're so confident looking, but you've got something special going on with these minifigures. Talk to us a little bit about a really neat announcement about these two specific minifigures.
So it's so wonderful to have the minifigures as part of the learning series to immerse students into the experience that they're having. But I think the most exciting announcement is that Kate and Kyle, who have been taking us on this amazing journey the entire time, are actually going up in the Artemis 1 spacecraft. They get to go on the mission. So they are ready to go into space, ready to launch as part of the Orion spacecraft going up whenever the launch does happen. So we're just so excited about that opportunity, that not only are students being immersed in this experience with them right now in the learning, but then they'll have the excitement of actually seeing Kate and Kyle go into space.
That is awesome. You've got two little minifigures that are boldly going where no minifigure has gone before. I love that. And it is such an amazing partnership. It's an amazing collaboration to know that the things that we're working with here in our classrooms really are making a difference in the world. The website is education.lego.com. You can check out all the great unit plans, lessons, all the great stuff. And of course, you can find out more about their other series, the Spike Prime Essentials. There's a lot of great stuff that's in here. But Jenny, if we're going to be talking about NASA and astronomy and space and stars, I got to ask you, and I'm asking you this on purpose, what's on the horizon? What's going to be happening in the future? What can we expect to see out of Lego Education as we head on into 2022 and beyond?
I think that the one thing we can always promise is that we are going to be purposeful and thoughtful about what great learning experiences for students can look like. And that we're always going to be thinking about, what's the best way to engage our students and make sure that they're getting hands-on and getting playful. So you can expect that we'll continue to rethink learning, and we'll continue to think about amazing learning opportunities, such as the Build to Launch series, just really unique ways to engage students in learning, and always be on the lookout for something coming and what other teachers are doing that just leads to great learning outcomes for our students.
I hope you guys have a chance to check out this and all of the other great essential skills resources over on education.lego.com. You can, of course, also find them on Twitter at Lego_education. All of the links are going to be in our show notes over on the TeacherCast Educational Network. Jenny, I love it when you are on the show. You always bring amazing things to share with us. Please consider this an invitation to come back the next time there's something amazing. And I hope that, we get a chance to do some of these great activities with our triplets as they go through the year. They're doing some amazing things here with Lego Brick, and I love the innovation that's happening. Jenny, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for Lego Education for connecting us again.
Jeff, always a pleasure. Thanks for always having us back. And if you do get to dig into this with your triplets, be sure to share it, because, again, we want to see the work everybody's doing.
And same thing for you guys out there listening. If you like this and anything on the show, of course, all of the information is going to be on our show notes over at teachercast.net. Just do a search for Lego Education. We've got a bunch of great podcasts featuring the amazing Dr. Jenny Nash on the show. And I hope you guys have a chance to check out all the great stuff as we head on into the holiday seasons. And that wraps up this episode of the TeacherCast Educational Network. On behalf of Dr. Jenny Nash, Lego Education, and everybody here in the TeacherCast Educational Network, my name is Jeff Bradbury, reminding you guys to keep up the great work in your classrooms and continue sharing your passions with your students.
You've been listening to Ask the Tech Coach, hosted by Jeff Bradbury of the TeacherCast Educational Network. Please reach out to the show with all of your questions on Twitter at AskTheTechCoach or online at www.askthetechcoach.com. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast so you don't miss any future episodes. And please take a moment to write a review in the App Store.